Hello everyone, Zach here, and I got a request the other day to show you a Regicide game, so that is exactly what I'm going to do. This is a game from BCC2, it's quite an old game, and it's between Kyo and Clan Chris. So I'm sure you know both of these players. I've bought you games from both of these players in the past, and yeah, you're probably thinking, whoa, what's going on here? It's Fortress, and yeah, this is Regicide Fortress, probably the most common map to play Regicide on. And those of you who don't know, Regicide, you start with a castle and a king, and you have to protect your king. Don't let your king die. Your king works as a good scout, as you can see. Kyo using his king to scout here, and let's have a look at what these guys are playing as. We've got Mayans Kyo in red to the bottom of the map, and up to the top of the map, Clan Chris as Goths, and that's interesting. Mayans versus Goths. My immediate thoughts are, yeah, Goths are gonna win this. We've got Goths against Mayans, so we'll have to see how it goes. I have not watched this game yet, as I've literally just downloaded it. Someone told me it was a good game, so I thought, yeah, it's a good game. I'll take their word for it, and see what it's all about. So as you can see, this is the fortress map. You start with walls and gates and towers and a barracks already. It means that you get off to a very fast start. You probably noticed how many villages these guys had at the start as well, and that is because it is Regicide Fortress, and that's just the way it goes. I bought you a game from Kyo before, I think, playing Regicide Fortress, and it was a very, very good game. I think it was Mines versus Chinese, the game that I bought you a long while ago now. But if you can find it, check that game out. It was really good, and we'll see what this one's about as well. I think it was a Doubt versus Chris game, actually. There was a Regicide Fortress in there. I can't remember for sure. But as you can see, 6 minutes in, both these guys going up to the feudal age already with 24 population, so we're going to see fast castling. I'm pretty sure of that. It wouldn't surprise me if we don't see fast castling, because these guys have almost got enough resources to go up to the castle age already, and this is why I like Regicide Fortress. It gets the game off to such a fast start, and it's kind of like playing the Forgotten Empires, because it's just so fast, and we don't have to wait too long before we get to the action. And obviously these guys have castles to begin with, so we're probably going to see their elite units straight away, and this is what's going to make it really hard for Kyo here. Kyo is going to be up against Huskarls, and obviously as Mines, their unique unit, the Plumed Archer, is shocking against Huskarls, because Huskarls have ridiculous pierce armor, and they are very, very resilient to arrow fire. So it's going to be quite hard, I think, for Kyo to win this. I don't know how it's going to go. It's going to be really hard. Chris has definitely got the upper hand to begin with. The fact that he's Goths against Mayans is really going to work in his favour, like heavily, massively going to work in his favour. So we'll have to see how it goes. Maybe Kyo will go for Elite Eagle Warriors to combat the Huskarls, but it's so hard against the Goth player who has the two technologies which make one, you can build Huskarls from your barracks, and two, you can build infantry units at like a fraction of the time it usually takes. So you know, it's going to be really hard for Kyo to deal with this and win this one, but we'll have to see how it goes. I've obviously, as I say, I've not watched this game yet, so I don't know where it's going to go. Chris straight out with 2 new town centres. Looks like Kyo's going to do the same, because he's just gathering an extra 10 stone there to get out another town centre. As you can see, there's one going down by some wood, and the second one is going to go down probably on some, on some wood and stone again. Chris has put his on a massive gold camp and on some wood as well. So both these guys, really similar builds to begin with, and I imagine now is the time that Chris is going to start making some military perhaps, or he's going to go fast imperial. I don't know what's going to happen. It's really hard to say at this stage of the game, because neither of them are doing anything that's indicating that much. Kyo up with a monastery though, so he is probably going to collect up some relics at the very least, and hopefully we do see that from him, as I'm a big believer in the importance of relics. And I've just noticed as well, oh no, it is a big gold. I thought this was only a small gold patch. It was partially obscured by the barracks, so I didn't actually notice it was a very large gold patch indeed. And the map for these guys fairly even. They've both got gold at the front. Yeah, I'd say they've both got pretty even maps for the time being. And there we go, a monk coming out for Kyo. He's going to collect up the relics, and I'm going to keep things on fast speed until some kind of military production begins. Both these guys, I don't even know what their scouting is like. They obviously know where each other's are. and pretty much neck and neck on scores as well. So I really want to watch Kyo in this game, because obviously it's going to be so hard to see how he plays this, because at the moment he's creating plumed archers, but it's going to be so easy for Chris to get out some Huskarls if he needs to. As you can see, that scout cavalry just going past these plumed archers here, so he knows they're on the way. But interestingly enough, Kyo hasn't actually got any upgrades on these plumed archers, and maybe Chris will see this and notice. He's already walled this area off, so Kyo isn't getting in there anytime soon. But maybe Chris will notice that these plumed archers don't actually have any upgrades on them. So for Kyo to go heavy plumed archer, I don't think that's going to happen. I've got a feeling he's going to go for, just a hunch, maybe he's going to go for Eagle Warriors. I can't say for sure, but it could happen. Let's see what El Clan Chris is going to do. Huskarls, there we go, straight out Huskarls, and he's going to send that Huskarl over here, which means that this Eagle Warrior is going to know about it, and I think it's pretty much a given that El Clan Chris is going to make some Huskarls. If he doesn't make Huskarls, he would be a fool against a Mayan player, and as you can see, the Mayan player now getting through here, but if we look at the Huskarls, 6 pierce armor on them. These guys are going to be so hard to kill. Like, these plumed archers are going to do 1 damage to them. They've got 60 HP, so it takes 60 shots to kill 1 Huskarl. So as you can imagine, this is going to be really hard for Kyo. At least they've got the speed, they can micro away, but Huskarls are pretty fast as well. As you can see, hardly making a dent on these guys, but trying to pick off some villagers. I don't think he's going to have much luck there at all. He's even got fletching now, which is probably worthwhile doing, and now these guys have 7 pierce armor. But Kyo getting really aggressive, taking some plumed archers around to the other side as well, just trying to see what's going on, and probably trying to just keep El Clan Chris on the defensive in his base. As you can see though, these guys are not gonna die at all. I mean, I'd be surprised if he takes up any Huskarls. He's killed a villager, so he's gonna do some economical harassment, but he is gonna lose all of his plumed archers. At the very least though, he's okay, because plumed archers are extremely cheap to build. They are very, very cheap, and he's continuing to build them, which is interesting. I'm interested to see what he does with this. He's getting a little bit close here to this watchtower. He's going to lose another plumed archer there, but they are so cheap to build. But again, I think he's going to have to be careful. He's already researched Bodkin Arrow, which gives him extra range and extra attack. And I don't know, we'll have to see what happens. It looks like Chris is about getting ready to advance up to the Imperial Age. He's not really having to worry too much about being harassed, I suppose. He's pretty much walled in. He's building so many farms as well. His economy is looking pretty great at the moment, to be honest. And as Goths, it's important to remember you don't get stone walls where you can't build stone walls. So obviously, being in Fortress is the only time Goths can actually get stone walls. But yeah, obviously, Kyo is going to try and do what economical damage he can. I don't think he's going to be able to do much, to be perfectly honest. He's going to get through here again, but I don't know how many villages he's going to be able to kill off. And Chris is now able to afford to go up to the next age. He's just researching Town Watch, a pretty cool research. Look how much more visibility he gets. That's excellent. Gives him like an early warning system, and up to the Imperial Age he goes. Kyo, on the other hand, not up to the Imperial Age yet. Quite a way away from the Imperial Age. This is very risky. He's still building plumed archers, and yeah, Mayans have a great economy, but I don't think his economy is going to be as good as Chris at the moment. 108 population to 85, actually. Maybe I take that back. Although saying that, Kyo's got quite a few plumed archers. It's going to be hard to tell where this is going to go. I think Kyo has gathered up most of the relics, though. Yeah, he's got 4 relics right there, and yes, Chris has no relics, so that could be a downfall from him. But he is on the way up to the Imperial Age, which means he's probably going to be getting his unique technologies and spamming the hell out of blah blah blah. There we go. He's researching Anarchy. But spamming the hell out of the Huskarls from the barracks here. Anarchy and oh god, what was the other research? I can't remember the name of it. We'll see it when he gets up to the Imperial Age. But it's going to mean that he is going to produce tons of Huskarls extremely quickly, and I don't know if these plumed archers are going to be able to stand up to it. As we can see though, Kyo is getting into the base of Chris. He's picking off some villages here and there. He's going to lose a few plumed archers, but at least he's taking villages out, and this is the important thing. Plumed archers are so cheap, he's kind of throwing them away. For every villager he takes out, you know, he's paid for a plumed archer and a half. So it was worthwhile. It's keeping Chris on his toes, and it's keeping Kyo in the game. He's really going to struggle, but out come more Huskarls, and Chris is nearly into the Imperial Age. We'll be able to see Huskarls will create extremely quickly, and he's going to have a metric ton of them. I love that saying, metric ton of them. He is going to have so many Huskarls. Conscription being upgraded so that Huskarls create faster. As you can see, they're already coming out of the barracks extremely quickly, and now Kyo is going to be fearing for his life, I'm sure, because Kyo is just into the Imperial Age. Thank God for that. I thought he'd be a little bit slower, but now, as you can see, Elite Eagle Warrior being upgraded, barracks coming out. Let's see what he's getting at the blacksmith. Chainmail armor. He's doing the right thing. He's making Chris go heavy into Huskarls. He's researched a lot of stuff for the Huskarls. He's got +2 armor, he's got +1 attack, and he has got the conscription and anarchy and the other technology, which I can't remember the name of unfortunately right now, which means he can create Huskarls from barracks at a very, very fast rate. And Kyo has had loads of plumed archers coming out right now, but Eldorado, meaning that his Eagle Warriors will get an extra attack, and as you'll see in a second, 9, I think it's plus, oh no, it's not extra attack, it's extra HP, isn't it? Yeah, extra HP and extra attack. I always get them confused. But yeah, so Eagle Warriors with 100 HP, 9 attack. He's going to be able to get lots of upgrades on them as well. He's already got +2 armor. He's getting +3 right now. And he will be getting the attack upgrades as well, which makes them very good against Huskarls now. Because Eagle Warriors against Huskarls, Eagle Warriors are pretty darn good. They have extra HP, so they're outdoing the Huskarls by 40 HP. They have a whole 9 attack, which is a little bit less, but once they've got the attack upgrades, they will be a formidable opponent. Not to mention the fact that they have pretty decent melee armor, and I reckon, you know, once they're fully upgraded, they will be a match for the Huskarls. So we'll have to see what Kyo does. It's going to be pretty hard, but it's definitely not over yet. Obviously, mines are an archer civilization. Conscription just being completed for Kyo, which means that Elite Eagle Warriors are going to be streaming out of his base. And now let's see what he can do with these. He's getting some conversions on. He's already got Elite Eagle Warriors out. He's going to be cutting these guys to bits. He's got so many barracks right now. He is going to be spamming the hell out of these guys, as will Chris be spamming the hell out of the Huskarls, I imagine. Their economies, oh, Chris's economy is looking pretty decent. Kyo's economy, again, it's okay, but not Huskar, Elite Eagle Warriors are pretty darn expensive with 50 gold and 20 food each. So gold is a really important resource for Kyo, but Kyo has got the score lead just, and he's throwing up a ton more barracks. So we could see him population cap himself with Eagle Warriors. This is going to be interesting. He's just got +1 attack. Surely he's going to have +2 in a moment. He's pushing out right now. He needs some siege. If you get some siege rams, he is going to be laughing. Siege rams are going to be great for him. Iron casting coming up, which means he's going to get +2 attack. And Eagle Warriors are pretty damn strong for Mayans. Once they're fully upgraded, they are a formidable opponent. They are really good. So we'll have to see what he goes. He's still trying to push through this gap here. It's going to take him a while. This is going to take him a while to get through. I know it's only a palisade, but he can only attack it with one dude at a time. He's also spreading out to the left of the map over here, trying to claim as much gold as he can. He's going to find this relic as well, which means he's going to be able to collect even more relics. And I think Kyo is doing a really good job here. He's obviously knows that he's going to need a lot of gold, and it's important for him to get as much gold as he can. So he's exploring the maps to the best of his ability, and he is spreading his wings, I suppose you would say, and trying to explore as much of the map as he can. He's trying to push through here as well, and it looks like he's about to get through, but there's a lot of elite Huskarls coming through right there. They have 70 HP and a ton of attack, so let's see who wins this battle. Kyo is definitely outnumbering him. It's going to be tough, I think. It looks like Kyo will probably win this. He's got a lot of numbers behind him, and obviously Eagle Warriors pretty decent against Huskarls. They have more melee armor, they have more HP, and they just lack a few attack. They are lacking an attack, but he's managing to hold out for the time being. It looks like Kyo is going to win this one. Yep, he's winning it, but look how quickly Chris can replenish his army. His army is just being replenished like instantly. These Huskarls just streaming from the barracks, and Kyo is going to be really hard pressed to deal with this attack, but he's keeping his gold coming in. It's really important that he keeps his gold safe. He's getting as much gold as he possibly can over to the left here. He's already picked up this relic, which means he now has 5 relics, which is well, he will have 5 once he brings it back, which is really important for him. There we go, there's his monk with the relic there. Really important for him because it means he's going to be able to keep his gold income high, and it's very important that he does that because obviously Eagle Warriors 50 gold each, fairly expensive, and he's going to need to spam the hell out of them. Clan Chris 167 population, Kyo on 159, so he's not doing too badly. And now we've got Clan Chris pushing forwards with the Siege Workshop. And nice, Kyo getting in there, killing out off some villagers. Always important to economically harass wherever you can, even in the late game. Denying your opponent some extra gold is going to help you out in the long run, even if you temporarily prevent them from gathering. So Kyo still doing some good harassment here. He's attacking from 2 sides. He's trying to get through here still. There's still loads of bodies littered all over the floor, and he definitely made the right decision on not continuing with plumed archers. We know, you know, plumed archers are really weak against Huskarls. And though they're really cheap, they just do not cut it. They will not be effective at all. So, but Kyo in the score lead still with 200 points ahead. And now Clan Chris with a bit of an offensive. It's still going on. Kyo is trying to attack on the right still, and he is pushing forward with Siege Workshops. I'm interested to see if he has Siege Rams upgraded yet. But I don't think he has the Siege Workshop yet, so I'm sure he'll have Capt Ram, but he will need Siege Rams pretty soon because he is going to want to start to batter away at this. Obviously, it's going to be hard to keep his Rams protected, as Goths, the Huskarls, will take out the Rams pretty quickly. But as you can see, so many Eagle Warriors coming out. He's running low on gold though, unfortunately, but he is doing a good job of keeping his population high. He's got a ton of barracks, and he's got so many villagers gathering gold. Let's have a look at how many he's actually got. Minus 44 miners against Chris's 36. So Kyo definitely has more gold income at the moment, but he definitely needs it to keep these elite Eagle Warriors going. I'm interested to see what happens when these guys run out of gold, because it's bound to happen eventually. I want to see if he's got Capt Ram yet as well, because I'm sure he's going to attack this pretty soon as well. But for the time being, Kyo just trying to keep on the offensive. He's not getting through here anytime soon, and his army is thinning out because Chris is continuing to push him back. There we go. Capt Ram being completed. Castle going up in the offensive, and obviously castles again aren't great against Huskarls. If you've ever played Castle Blood Automatic, you know that a Goth player can absolutely kick your ass if you are an Archer civilization. So you've got to be very careful with your castles against a Goth player as well. But Eagle Warriors, thankfully, very fast and pretty strong against the Huskarls as well. And I want to see what Kyo does here. I don't know who's got the upper hand at this stage, but whoa, that is a lot of Huskarls right there. Chris is almost population capped himself, and this is not looking good for Kyo right now. Chris has definitely got more population, and he's got the numbers as well. That's a lot of elite Huskarls there. But in comes Kyo's army. This is going to be like a purely infantry war here. I reckon, it's so hard to say, Kyo is probably going to win this because Chris went forwards with a few of his men there, but he didn't commit his whole army, so he's been cut to bits here. And Kyo is he's probably going to be able to take out these Huskarls. It looks like he's going to be able to do it. He's going to save his castle at the very least, and out pushes Chris on the left of the map with some villages. We'll have to go back to that in a second. But these Eagle Warriors, the saving grace for Kyo now, 165 population to 187. Kyo taking the population lead. He's got a lot of elite Eagle Warriors, and he needs to get his Capt Rams out of here and start to push out. He could be in a very good situation if he does this. Now Chris is going to find, oh, hello, Kyo's already down here. What's going on? He obviously knows that there's some gold down here. I'm sure of it. Yeah, Chris does know there's gold down here. He's trying to build a town centre on this gold. Unfortunately, Kyo is already there, and he's like, nope, that is not happening. And now Kyo is pushing forwards into Chris's base. He's getting a nice score lead here as well, and he is killing off a lot of Huskarls. These guys are pretty effective against arrow fire, 8 pierce armor for them, so it means that castles are pretty well, not ineffective, but they are severely reduced their effectiveness against Eagle Warriors. So this is looking pretty good for Kyo at the moment, I've got to say. Kyo has got control of most of the gold, and obviously Chris is running out of gold if he's trying to build a town centre over here. So this is pretty interesting. This castle just going up for Kyo. Kyo can afford another castle, almost another 2. So if he needs to get another castle out, he will probably do it in a forward position to keep the pressure on. And wow, I'm really impressed at how many Eagle Warriors he's managing to get out and keep the pressure on, because Eagle Warriors are so expensive, especially in a 1v1 where you can't trade. So obviously, producing a lot of Eagle Warriors is going to be hard. Let's have a look at how much gold Chris has got, though. He's very low on gold right now. He's going to have to probably start switching to some trash units. He's going to have to probably think about getting some halberdier researches done, because he is probably going to need some trash pretty soon, as he is nearly out of gold. Kyo, very fortunately, has got all of the relics, and very unfortunately, though, losing all of his capped rams here. That's not so good for him at all. But Kyo has still got a bit of gold left, and he's got 5 relics as well, which is really, really important for him. These relics are going to keep his gold income high, and not to mention the fact that he's still got a lot of miners as well. So he is sucking the gold off the face of the map, and gold is definitely king, because I've got to say, he has gained a massive advantage this game due to the amount of gold he's managed to hoover up. Chris is severely lacking in population now as well, and he's not making any halberdiers. I don't even know if he's got the halberdier research done. He should be starting to make some trash at the very least, just to pad out his numbers, because these Huskarls, it doesn't look like there's going to be enough of them. It does look to me like Kyo is going to... Well, I don't know, it's a bit early to say if he's going to win it yet, but he's definitely killing off all these Huskarls, and Chris is really low on gold right now. Where are his halberdiers? He's just going for Huskarls, 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 Huskarls. He needs to throw some halberdiers in there to make sure his army isn't so outnumbered. Even if the halberdiers aren't so great, at least they will be able to pad the numbers, act as a bit of a meat shield perhaps, and do some damage. He's going to have to get halberdiers eventually, because he just can't win against this amount of Eagle Warriors with this few Huskarls. I mean, neck and neck, it's going to be so hard. Kyo pushing forwards with some trebuchets, more Eagle Warriors coming in from behind, and this castle probably going to go down for Chris. At least he built it on a hill, so these guys are going to have a bit of a job taking the castle down. But yeah, 3 castles at the rear for Kyo. He's really pushing forwards here, and this is a great game from him. Who would have thought Mayans versus Goths? Goths to not do so well at all. But as you can see, the Goth player Chris I think he's going to lose this one again. Time after time, Kyo has been victorious with his Eagle Warriors against these Huskarls. You'd think that Chris would start to throw some halberdiers in there, just to pad the numbers out. If he had some halberdiers in there, he probably would have won that. Oh, this is not looking good for Chris. I've got to say, this is not looking good. This is a really great play from Kyo, but I've got to say, a little bit risky putting 4 castles on the front there. Impressive that he's built 4 castles, yes, but the fact that he's put them right at the front, not so great, because if they get taken out, that's all of them gone. Kyo managing to take out Chris's castle there. I'm interested to see what the market rates are like, actually. I'm pretty sure... yeah, all the wood has been sold out, food has been sold out, and they won't sell their stone. So marketing has been used by both these guys, and Chris is still not producing any halberdiers. I don't know why. He's got loads of food, he's got loads of wood. He could really pad his army out with halberdiers right now. And Kyo is looking really strong. Unfortunately for him, he's almost mined out all of the... he's almost mined out all of the gold available to him. He still has the 5 relics, which is really useful for him. And Chris building that castle back where it was before. Now we see Kyo starting to go for some plumed archers by the looks of things. Yeah, lots of plumed archers coming out for him. He knows that Chris is going to be running out of gold, because he's running out of gold and he's got all of the relics. So he knows that Chris is going to be running out of gold soon. He needs to keep his plumed archers safe while Chris's Huskarls are still on the loose. So he needs to take out the Huskarls out very quickly with the Eagle Warriors, and then once Chris starts to make halberdiers, just spam the hell out of the plumed archers and he should be okay. This is not looking good for Kyo at the moment though, because Chris is pushing out with these Huskarls, and it looks like he's going to win this battle. So where is your reinforcements, Kyo? You need to get all of your Eagle Warriors to the front line and keep them as safe as possible. Not keep them safe as possible, kill kill the Huskarls from Clan Chris. And this is where it's a bit risky, because Chris could bring quite a few trebuchets forwards and take out all 4 of these castles here. So Fiege says this quite a lot, and I have to agree with him. Don't build all your castles in the same place like this. A little bit risky, especially if this happens and your opponent starts to bring trebuchets forwards and you're exposed like you are. And now pikeman spam. Here we go, lots of pikemen being spammed from Kyo. He is doing his very best to stay in this game, and he is population capped as well, which is more than I can say for Chris at the moment. So I've got to say, Kyo is looking pretty impressive at the moment. I am so far impressed with his game. And I'm surprised Chris is still managing to get out elite Huskarls. Again, I would say this again, he still should add some halberdiers in there. It wouldn't harm him at all. In fact, it would help him a lot. It looks like Kyo is going to keep these castles up though, as Chris's trebuchets go down, but he has got quite a lot of Huskarls now, and Kyo's going to have to deal with these somehow. He's pretty low on food, but he is spamming the hell out of everything, and I've just noticed over to the right here, Kyo getting in there with some elite Eagle Warriors, killing off some villagers, which is great. Quite a good bit of economical harassment there. But at the main action, Chris is, I don't know, it's so hard to say, because once these Huskarls die, I don't know how many more Chris is going to be able to afford. He's got like no gold whatsoever. He has got a ton of food and wood though, which means he can afford to spam halberdiers like there's nobody's business. And there we go, halberdier upgrade completed for Kyo. Interesting. Now we're gonna have to see where this one goes. Whoever's got the best economy is probably gonna win this. We could be in for the long haul here. It's gonna be so hard to see who wins this. But it looks like Chris is gonna lose his Huskarls again, and now Kyo is gonna push out once more with these trebuchets. Maybe he's gonna have some rams on the way, or not. Maybe, I don't know why. But lumber camp going up there. Chris with 2 more town centres, just trying to get some more economy going, keep his economy strong. Kyo is population capped, and where's Chris's army? I don't think he has got one at the moment. Chris's army is pretty much non-existent. He's got quite a lot of population, but that's mostly villagers. Where is his army? That's what I want to know. There we go, pikemen being created. He hasn't got enough for halberdiers yet. And now Kyo is pushing forwards. This is looking pretty good for Kyo, I've got to say. He's got a pretty decent army. He's population capped, and surely Chris is feeling the pressure right now. Just look at the scores, and I am absolutely, shocked at this game, to be honest. I was not expecting Kyo to do such a good job as he is doing. This is not looking good for Chris at all right now, I've got to say. Kyo is really pushing forwards. Now he's got the elite, not the elite eagle, the elite plumed archers. He is going to be able to kill these halberdiers so easily. And now this is not looking good for Chris at all. Kyo has definitely got the upper hand. He's got the gold. This is what happens when you collect up all the relics and you keep a consistent gold source. It allows you to get those important upgrades. And yeah, this is looking really good for Kyo right now. Chris is definitely on the back foot, and he's given it up as well. Wow, yeah, it was very well played. I'm very surprised that Kyo managed to win that one, and yeah, there we go. Look, Chris saying good luck with your next round, and yeah, Kyo with 4 relics. Well, he actually had 5, so. But yeah, I mean, those relics probably won him the game there. I mean, as mines against Goths, really hard matchup, because obviously as an infantry civilization that the Goths is, with a very strong counter to archer units against an archer civilization, pretty darn hard to compete. Thankfully he had the elite Eagle Warriors, which kind of won him the game, I guess. But if he didn't have all that gold as early as he did, then I think it could have gone very differently altogether. So very well done to Kyo there. Hopefully you've enjoyed this game. I've been Zach, and I will see you next time.